Hi guys, so let me give you some speaker tips. You may need some speaker tips just for simply a wedding or talking in front of a group of people. Even just talking to a couple of people can get your heart pounding and the flush happening, or the sweats or the shakes. So I'm going to give you some tips that I've learned over the years and just to help you out. When it comes to you having your speaker tips, for example, notice that you can speak with confidence and still pause. You have to know your audience, tell a story, please tell a story. Use visual aids and practice, practice, practice. So let's go into it a bit deeper. When you're speaking with confidence, it doesn't mean, oh, I know all my stuff, etc. All that it means is that you believe in what you're talking in. One of the most important tips for a speaker is to know and believe what it is that they're talking about. There's heaps of people that want to get a message across, and you've seen people, challenging Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson, and they want to make a point, but they haven't confidently believed in their own facts, and then they stumble along and it doesn't come out right, or perhaps they want a message to get across and they're like, oh no, that's not what I'm trying to say. When you speak with confidence, it's not about harboring that emotion inside you, it's about believing exactly what it is that you're talking about. And when you're speaking with confidence, there is absolutely nothing wrong with taking that bit of pause. It allows your audience to process the information, and it also allows you to stop rambling or going off in a different direction and give yourself some space for those words to pop into your mouth. When you're speaking with confidence as well, notice your tone of voice, your body language, your pacing. It's very easy to get wrapped up in a conversation and then blah 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 blah. It's super, super easy for that to happen. So breathe and believe in what you're talking in. The other thing also is to know your audience. There is no point in going into a situation where, and I have made the fool of myself with this as well. So I've been presented to doctors and things like that and acted a bit of a fool, and then they've gone, this chick doesn't know what she's talking about, she's just a plain idiot. So you've got to know your audience, and you have to adapt what you're talking about to your audience. So a speech that you would do in front of, say, a wedding community or your family and friends is not necessarily the speech you would be presenting if you wanted to present your product to, say, Shark Tank or something like that. So just do a bit of research before you do your talk on what kind of people you're going to be talking to and understand how they register information. Tell a story. This is something that is absolutely crucial. Always tell a story. Keep your audience captivated with what they want to know now and what could possibly happen by the end. Give examples, give real examples, and express them fully. When telling a story, one of the best ways to get people to tap into that story is you move to the right of the stage, which means your audience will look to the left. And as they're looking to the left of the stage, they're going into those memories. If you want to project your audience to the future, you move to the left of the stage, they start looking right, and then they start projecting towards the future. So tell a really good story, make it compelling, paint a picture that's not all rambly, but has a really good, valid point. Use visual aids as well. There's absolutely nothing wrong with visual aids. I did come across a gentleman once and he goes, don't use slideshows when it comes to your videos, just talk. Well, I'm deaf, so I can't necessarily hear the person that's on stage most of the time. And if you're using a visual aid, what I could do is I can pick up on your lips, your body language, and what's written on the screen, and then interpret a message from there and still gain that visualized anchor and get that listening experience as well. So make sure your visual aid is actually compelling. There's been some stuff out there, and I've done it myself, where it's just been the same, and then all of a sudden your audience is like, because there's nothing new to look at, there's nothing new to engage in. So use your visual aids, it'll help keep you on track as well, and you can have little pointers inside your visual aids. When I've got some of my demonstrations that I'm doing for gut-directed hypnotherapy, I've got little stars on the presentations, and that tells me that I need to check the time at that time, because perhaps people are having morning or afternoon tea, perhaps they need a bit of a break, or perhaps it's lunchtime. It's to tell me that you're on time, you're on par, and it's good to keep on going or to pause. Practice, practice, practice. There's heaps of people out there that will tell you practice makes perfect. Practice never made perfect. Practice makes improvement. Because the only way you're going to get better at this is by practicing. I practiced by talking to my cat, and you can tell when the presentation wasn't any good because the cat would literally like, oh yeah, and then turn its back to me and sit back down, and you're just like, oh, come on, dude, like, give me some help here. So practice it. Practice it in front of the cat, practice it in front of your partner, practice it in front of the mirror if you don't have anyone to practice with. But practice believing in what it is that you're projecting and hearing your own voice, and also practice whether somebody is going to have an objection and throw you off your script. Record yourself with your phone, listen back to yourself, and hear what it is that you're saying. Practice, practice, practice. So take those tips with you now, have a bit of a play, and just practice speaking, practice moving, practice expressing, and get your message out to the world. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.